Hey guys, so I got a really exciting video for you today if you're a Power Ranger fan, I'll say. It's very exciting for me because one of the only series left, one of the only franchises left that has never had a 1/6 scale figure, in my head anyways, that I'm a huge fan of is Power Rangers. And this is a dream come true from a company called Ace Toys. They've actually made what they term heroes, mighty heroes I think is what they're calling, because again, these are not licensed. These are not unofficially licensed figures. This is just a company that made what they deem the classic mighty superheroes. And what I've done is I bought the white one and the green one because you gotta have them both together, right? I mean, that's just how it works. Even though I know a lot of people like the Green Ranger, my favorite was always the White Ranger. Even though obviously same guy, but you know, White Ranger looks cool. It was amazing when it happened. I will always remember the day and where I was at when I saw him for the first time on the table with the lights flashing on him. I was like, it changed my life. Not really, but it did. I mean, as a kid, I was like, holy crap, man. And then it was a great Christmas because they brought out all the White Ranger stuff. So anyways, again, these are from Ace Toys. These are not officially licensed, so, but I'll tell you what, they did a pretty good job, man. And it's about time somebody did it, because how many Power Rangers fans are there? I mean, honestly, there's a ton of us, and nobody wants to capitalize on that. So, hey, they did, so whatever. So we're going to start off with the Green Ranger here. I am going to just take him out of the package. We'll kind of look at him real quick, and then I'll zoom in, and we'll take a really close look at him. So here's what you're looking at as far as packaging. You got your white diamond there on the front of them, and on the side, just like the front of their outfits. It says Ace Toys on the front. Green Hero, and yeah. Now, I started off with green and white because they do make all of them, but I wanted to get the two that I would like the most and make sure I was happy with the quality before I went and spent the rest of my money on all of them. These were about $140 a piece, anywhere from $120 to $140, so really not that bad, to be honest with you. You open it, and then you just get the foam, and boom, there he is. The Green Ranger, man, it looks so cool. Actually, I'll tell you what, when I first got it, and I looked at it in box, his body was kind of like smashed and turned and everything, and I was like, ooh, I don't know. But when I got it out and started messing with it and posing, I was like, yeah. Now, it's not perfect. I'll say that it's not perfect. It's perfect for me just because there's not much out there. So as far as I'm concerned, it's perfect because it's the only thing out there. But I'll go over all that when we blow it up and show you it up close. So there he is in 1/6 scale glory, the Green Ranger. Is that not beautiful? Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Like, that is incredible. Even the material that they used on it looks just like it was and straight out of the show. Looks amazing. Up next, the White Hero, the White Power Ranger. Let's take a look at this one. The box art's the same. They've just changed it to like a gray and white, like a silver and white, mainly because, you know, you wouldn't see it white and white, obviously. I've always seen Toys either do white and white or white with gold diamonds. I wonder what was really under there. I mean, we've seen it. It's all white, actually. We saw it on the television show. But so we'll pull the foam off. Here he is in box, looking amazing. So let's pull him out here. This one, I think when I pulled him out, was much more, I don't know, man. It really just dominated the look. Like, the gold and the white looks really, really good. Check that out, guys. Is that not cool? Very, very neat. And I just love that they use this, like, the spandex type of material. It's polyester or whatever it is. Because it gives it kind of a sheen like it was in the show. You know, because when you watch the White Ranger on television and he'd fight, there was like this little sheen to it that gave it kind of a silvery look, which I really appreciated. It's kind of funny, though, because when they took the Japanese footage, a lot of the suit stuff was made much better than what it was in America, especially like the Green Ranger with his shield. And the one in Japan was done really, really well, and then the one in America was just like this freaking, like they put cotton in it and just kind of let it hang there. Same with the White Ranger shield. I think they eventually upgraded it a little better, but it was pretty rough there on some of this stuff. But yeah, there he is, man. The White Ranger, such a cool figure, man. And if you guys have LED lights too in your cave or whatever, your collectible cave, it looks really cool because it kind of bounces off of him because he's white. It looks really, really neat. So that's the White Ranger. That's the Green Ranger. Let me zoom in and show you how cool these are. All right, so up next, let's take a look at the White Hero, the White Ranger. Again, this is number 7 in the collection. CMSH07 White Hero 1/6 scale, or 1/6 Superheroes Series A. And again, Series A gives us a hint that there might be some new series. So, box is pretty basic, but you don't really need anything fancy, right? I mean, why waste the money on anything if you don't need to, in my opinion anyways. So you pull that off and you get the foam top. This is something common for non-licensed figures. This is how they usually package them. Make it the safest. They don't do anything fancy like the plastic that you'll see on other stuff. Pull it off and boom, there he is. The gorgeous White Ranger in box. Look at that. Is that not really, really nice? Really nice. So let's start off with what's in it. Get a couple hands. Well, you get like 4 hands plus the ones he's carrying. Here's one of them. And what I really like is they're dirty. So they're not like straight white. They look like what they did on the show. Little dirty, little grimy, little dirt. Like they've been punching bad guys. Looks really good. Good sculpts on them. Really, really fantastic. That's a little punching one. And then, of course, you have the little, like the poses they did. You'll see that. And then this one, which I believe might hold Saba. I'm not sure what this one actually is. But looks good. Looks really, really good. And they come with pegs on all of them. So these aren't like the strongest. I think I actually broke one. Yeah, I broke one of the green ones when I first got it. But there's one that comes on every single one of them. So you'll have extras just in case. And here is Saba. Look how great that looks. Is that not awesome? Has a good weathering effect to it too. Nice washes. Good golds. Good quality. Not any real leaking and painting. So this is very impressive for, I don't know if it's a new company, but very impressive. Look at that. Even the power coin looks fantastic. So, and they're also very, very sharp. Like very sharp. Like that would actually cut you. So good quality paints. Shiny. Really good. Now let's take a look at the figure himself here. Put that over there. And the gold looks right, guys. It definitely looks right. Looks like they've picked the right color. I'm impressed with it, and I'm kind of a stickler to the actual color, so they've done a good job here. Now, when we look at the helmet, it doesn't have much of, like, it doesn't push out much, so it's not perfect. Like, this isn't a perfect helmet. And it also does look a little big, to be honest. Just a slight big. Just maybe 10% too big. Nothing too bad, though. And they don't include the clips on the side of the helmet. But again, these aren't things that I really care about that much. It is what it is as far as I'm concerned. Head's a little loose, but once you get them in the pose you want, then you're good. This is actually like a hard plastic. Maybe, yeah, it's like a thin, rubbery plastic, the shield is. It's thin. It bends a little bit. See that? So, not like the foamy rubber like in the show. But it does kind of give you that appearance too. And I believe that the coin in the middle, it's a little big possibly. This shield might be slightly big. But again, it looks really good. Now, one thing they did that I'm actually kind of impressed with, one of the problems they worked out with was the bands on their arms. These are kind of hard to do. I mean, you got to find a way to keep them on there. What they actually did was put a shirt over the other shirt that had that. So that works out really well. They just overlap the shirts, and then the top shirt has that gold, the gold line around the bottom of the sleeve. That's a really smart way to work that out. Belt. We get into the belt. Again, really, really well done. Around the back of it, pushes out a little bit, but overall pretty good. One of the weak sides of this, though, is what's connected to the belt that holds Saba. This is really cheap. This is not done very well at all. But, it'll do. And just in case one of those breaks or something, wouldn't be hard to make one yourself, I don't think. So, it is what it is. You're not going to get everything perfect. Sleeves look good. The gloves, the bottom of the gloves look good. The gold looks fantastic. And, they had to work that out, too, where you're going to have a little bit of the wrist because, obviously, these were solid gloves, but you couldn't really do that with the 6-scale figure. Again, when you look at this material up close, see that? That's well done. That's real well done. Big fan of that. Also, the bodies, they've added foam pieces on the joints so they don't look weird. They have it like here so you don't see where the legs connect, and on the elbows and everything. So again, that was really smart, and they kept the figure looking really streamlined because of that. Their bodies look really streamlined, especially on the knees. They look like they might have some sort of knee brace, but it looks a heck of a lot better than it would if they kept the regular knee joint. And again, not only does it look nice, but, if you had the joint under there, it could over time break down the material. So overall, I think that's a smart decision made by Ace Toys there. And then we have the boots. Now these slide up a little bit, and you can see the pegs on the legs. That'll turn. What you got to do, these are a little harder to stand. They don't come with bases, so that's like one drawback, but bases aren't that much. You can go out and buy one yourself, or wait for people to make custom Power Ranger ones. But when you get them posed, you just push that down a little hard, and then it keeps their leg or their boot a little more solid. So, you know, pretty basic there. But overall, this is a really, really nice figure. I'm very, very impressed with it, I must say. All right, here we go. Green Ranger, CMSH06 in the line 1/6 scale superheroes, Series A again. It could mean we're getting more series. Let's open it up and take a look. Again, the box is just kind of a green. Again, foam is a common thing for these unlicensed figures because they don't have the budget or the materials or machines that can make them, you know, have like these rubber inserts. But here he is, the Green Ranger. Look how great that looks. That green really pops, man. That green and gold really, really pops and looks fantastic. So let's start off with what comes inside the box. You're going to get hands. You're going to get them hands. So again, the gloves are a little dirty. They're a little weathered, which I really, really like. Looks great. Then you get kind of a holding, sort of a holding hand or something. Maybe it holds the dragon dagger, possibly. Then we have that famous finger pose by the Power Rangers. You get one of those. And then I think this is actually the dragon dagger when he's playing the flute. Like, that's cool. Playing the dragon dagger. That's a good hand to have. Now, let me show you the dragon dagger here, which looks, again, great. I mean, the paint apps on these are done really well. Look at that. Gold even has a bit of a metallic to it. That green is sharp. I mean, the buttons are, like, just, they paid, I mean, look at it. I mean, you can see, look how well they've done. All the small pieces are painted. Like, that is a great paint app for something so small. Really, really impressed. And very sharp. These things are super sharp. You will cut yourself. Now let's look at the Sword of Darkness. Look at that bad boy. Yeah. That looks good too. All the detail in there. Again, the paint app is perfect. So good. So good. Alright, now let's get into the figure. Again, the green looks really good. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. That's so good. I love that green. Material. Belt's different. The morpher is wrong, but that's not a hard... You know, I mean, you can paint it gold on your own. It's not that big of a deal. You're not going to get everything perfect sometimes, but these are just little things that you can do to make it, you know, a little that much better. So it's not a huge issue. So let's start off with the helmet, because I do want to talk about the helmet. The helmet is a little weird right here where the nose is. So it could be a little better, but honestly the color is good. Like, I do like that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this helmet is actually from the 1/6 scale set that they had out years ago. I think it was a Toys R Us exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. And you just bought all these 1/6 scale ones together, and that's what this one looked like. And when we look at them together, besides the color being different, there's a little bit of a difference there, I think, as far as the paint and the quality of the helmet goes. This actually doesn't fit on it because it just is hollow in there. But you possibly might be able to do something to that if you do want to use your 1/6 scale helmets instead. But there are differences. You can see the mouth is slightly different. The green, again, is different. The nose is more pinched on this one, which I think is proper. I think that's the right way to do it. And just some slight differences here and there, but overall, nothing that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. I'm just trying to show you the difference. That's all. I don't know why that won't focus that well, but yeah. There you go. So these look much better, I'll say. So if you guys do want to kind of rig that and get them to fit on these, then you have that option. But, you know, it looks good. And another thing, I think maybe the issue is with the helmets is they're not very glossy. They're pretty dark, actually. They're pretty flat. So you might want to just take them out and hit them with a gloss coat, and that might improve it dramatically. Shield looks good. I think it's probably a little too big. I think it's a little big, but it's a hard or kind of a rubbery plastic that just fits over the top, and it doesn't look like you can take it off, which is kind of a bummer. Maybe, is it glued? Yeah, I think it's glued on in the back, so it doesn't look like you could take it off easily anyways. Now they do actually sell a Red Ranger version that has the shield, the dragon shield on it, so you can buy that, which is cool. And you got the sleeves. I don't know if these are maybe slightly too big. They might not be. I can't really remember, but they look like they might be just a little too big. But those are probably the problems. And again, the belt, that's wrong. That should be gold. But again, these are not huge issues that are gonna, make it or break it. I think whether you're gonna buy it or not. Another negative, just like the White Ranger, I think that the Dragon Dagger holder, the holster, it's a little cheap. Not as cheap as the White Ranger one, but it is what it is. And again, it's not the end of the world. These are little things that you could possibly update, or somebody in the community will come along and update these that you can switch out on your Ranger. So I mean, we can do this because the prices of these aren't that bad. So we got a little wiggle room if we want to improve these guys. They do have the white diamond under it, so they did do that. Some people like to take these shields off for some reason and have the Green Ranger wear that. So you do have that option if you do want to just cut that off and have him wear the regular outfit underneath. But yeah, helmet decent, shield pretty good, maybe a little too big. The arm pieces maybe a little too big, but still good. Sleeves look really good. I really like those. I think that's really good. Now some of mine aren't like perfect. Actually, the paint app on them is a little bad on some of them. See that? I don't know if you can tell, but there's like, they maybe put too many, like more layers on this, but didn't finish it on some of these. So you can see through it. So it's not perfect, but it still looks pretty good. Material, again, really, really nice. Looks just like whatever those suits were made out of. So I'm very impressed with that. Just like the other ones, they put these paddings on the joints so you don't see the body pieces, the joints in the body underneath, or pinch and ruin the suit. So very smart of Ace Toys to do that. Very, very intelligent. My assumption is they didn't start that way, and maybe they learned that they needed to do that, but overall, I really like it. And then moving into the boots, again, yes, the paint apps are a little bad on mine, but you will just need to push these down because you get the ankle peg there. You just push them down to make those legs a little more stiff when you go to pose them. And then they do have kind of a boot pattern at the bottom of them. I think they nailed it. I really do. I think they came away with something that they should be proud of and should definitely push or catapult them into doing more figures. So there you go. Really cool, right? So again, if you're a Power Rangers fan, in my opinion, this is a dream come true. We've had a lot of toys, a lot of action figures over the last, 30 years now? 93? Yeah, I mean, we're getting up there now. That's pretty sad, actually, when I think about it. But we're getting close to 30 years since the original, the Mighty Morphin. But they look so great together. Again, there are some scale issues, like the shield being a little too big. The heads, maybe the helmets being a little too big and not as good as they could be, but these are small things, I think, if you're just looking for something that's pretty dang good. They're just small problems. And there will always be aftermarket stuff coming out that will improve upon these if you guys are willing to spend the extra money. There will be people out there, most likely, that are going to sell maybe a little more realistic or scaled helmets. I've even seen on Instagram that there are people now making head sculpts of the characters, which would be a dream actually for me, is to have a helmetless version of these. I mean, I wouldn't buy it more figures, but what I'd do is I'd take the head sculpts, plop them on there, and have them hold the helmets. That would be the dream pose for me, I feel like, as long as they were done well. And I've seen some pretty good ones, some pretty good ones. So that would be the dream as far as I'm concerned. I have asked around, and it appears they're going to be around $85 for just the sculpt not painted, and you'll pay a little more for it painted. So it'll be pricey if you guys do want to put head sculpts on all these, but you know, maybe pick your favorite one and buy one, because man, how cool will that be? Hopefully somebody out there, one of these companies that mold them and sell them for around $30 because they make so many of them, hopefully somebody out there will do that. That way it's a little more affordable for everybody. But that'd be a dream for me. I'm so incredibly happy to have these. This has been a dream. This has been an absolute dream, and I really wish other companies would have taken a look. I know there might be a licensing issue. I understand that, but I really wish somebody out there would have taken a look and said, hey, you know what? I see a lot of Power Ranger money. Maybe we could make some of these figures. Now, with that said, I have been following Ace Toys on Facebook and been looking at some of their posts, and it appears, I don't even know if, I mean, I know they're big Power Ranger fans as far as that goes, but I don't know that they were prepared how many there were necessarily of buyers. So it appears that they're just going to stick with a lot of Power Ranger figures, and they're going to continue to make them. They're already making a Lord Draken, which is, I'm going to get that, because that's great. If you guys are following the comics that go along with some of the Power Ranger shows, you know, they've done a really good job on the comics to bring them all together and make new stories, cool stories, not really cheesy. So Lord Draken is a must as far as I'm concerned, but one that got me really excited to post. Somebody mentioned you should make a Rita, and they winked at him, like they winked or something like that. And I was like, wait a minute, are you planning a Rita figure? Are you planning a 1/6 scale Rita figure? Because if you're doing that, oh man, that can mean you're going full ham on these Power Ranger figures. You can maybe get a Putty. We can maybe get a Lord Zed. I would love to have the whole Rita's whole crew. Like, I'd buy them all, Finster, all of them. I don't even care. Because, again, this is the biggest thing in my life for, like, 3 solid years as a kid. And you know how kid years are. They're like dog years. 3 years in kids' years is like mega years in your life. It's like 21 years, man. It feels like forever. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I think they'll look just great in a cabinet because they're so cool. They look so cool, and it's something that we rarely see. So, Ace Toys, if you guys are watching this, yes, please make a Rita. Please make a Goldar. Please make a Lord Zed. Please make putties, maybe two versions. Do a 2-pack where you have like different putties, a little bit different would be really cool. Like with one with a rocky end, or you know, something like that. Bulk and Skull would be amazing. I'd love a Bulk and Skull. Heck, I'd like an Ernie. I mean, I'd like them all, to be honest with you. I'd probably buy them all. I'd love a movie set. A 96 movie set would be incredible, too. Yeah, I don't know, guys. You let me know down below. They were making other ones, so don't... If you guys are not necessarily Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fans, they are running through the next series. So there is a chance that you will have your Power Ranger series, maybe in your youth, come out in these 1/6 scale figures. But you gotta start with Mighty Morphin because that's where it all started, right? So yeah, guys, let me know down below, what do you think of it? Are you guys happy with the quality? Are you guys possibly maybe gonna purchase it? I don't think the price is that bad. When you're comparing it to what you would pay for like a Hot Toy or something like that, you're dealing with like a $300 price tag, and that a lot of times will take everybody out of that. You know, that takes a lot of people that might or want to be Hot Toys collectors or 1/6 scale collectors. They will never buy one because that's so much money. But at around $100, we got a different story here. So yeah, let me know down below what you think of them. What do you want to see them do in the future, Power Rangers wise? Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh yeah, and before I go, I did mention, is the quality good enough to spend another $600 on the rest of the set? Well, there's an answer to that. Yes, it is.